What's up, guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're interacting to the third episode of Remake Our Life. This one's titled, Just Who Am I? It's a good question, who am I? Back into it. Very much enjoying the show so far. The fact we got the double episode again, like I said, was very important and actually helped build these characters up a lot. We left off last episode with the dilemma of, on our shooting day, ready to film our 3-minute piece, which is going to be a young girl sitting on a train station bench, and then as the sun rises, hits its peak, and then finally sets, we are going to age our subject as time goes on as well, and therefore we will have, you know, like, the subject of time, I think, was it subject of time? Yes, time was the theme. I was just trying to think if there was a different word, but no, it was time. So to depict how time passes for us and how we can see the passage of time, but something like a train station, it's kind of like it's always there. It never truly changes. Like, yes, there'll be some minor modifications here and there, but you've got something very static, and then you've got, obviously, the time of day moving, and then you've got human aging going. And so there was a fairly powerful piece to be made there. An idea that came from Kyoya, which is awkward because Tsurayuki had that exact idea written down as part of his notes before, and those notes were locked away. There was no way Kyoya could have ever seen them, so why did he come up with basically word for word the same idea? And it's because he remembers, like, because of his 10-year time skip backwards, he remembers that idea because it was published as part of Tsurayuki's works in the future. So he's taken the idea from Tsurayuki and given it back to him in a weird way. It was kind of interesting. It didn't go much beyond just acknowledging it as a coincidence and maybe causing a little bit of tension in the group, which then blew up into the tension over the script, which ended up being over length, and going over length in this is definitely seen as a very, very bad thing. So ultimately, he was like, we gotta cut it. We just gotta cut the script. And it's like, well, we haven't even done any of this bit. This could come down, this could come down. And he's like, just cut the script. And that caused a lot of tension. But when Kyoya went and had a conversation with, who was it? What was their name? Where are they? Kano. When they went and had that conversation, kind of, he started to understand the idea of what should be done in this, and to maybe not necessarily cut things, but modify things slightly and see where it goes. Don't just immediately be like, gotta cut it. Like, think about it a bit more and like work together on this, and just like, yeah. And things should work out better if you work as a team properly in that instance. And so we kind of get over a little bit of that, and then it comes to the day of the shoot, and we now have a stills camera rather than a video camera, which this time in 2006 is kind of a big deal, because it's not like you can just straight up buy a camera that also has a video functionality like you can nowadays, or just use a phone, for example. Like, phones have really good cameras in them nowadays, even for video. Like, it's genuinely quite surprising the quality you can film in, and of course you've even got slow motion effects, and it's like you've got all these filters and stuff. Like, modern technology is obviously crazy, but back in this day, it was important that you actually specified which camera it was, and it was actually Tsurayuki that made the mistake. He ticked the wrong box on the request form on what equipment they would need for the rental, and so we can't return it and get the right camera. It will take too long. We'll lose our day of shooting, which we can't afford to lose. So Kyoya has come up with an idea as to why this is going to work. I think last time I hypothesized that it was going to be like stop motion. I don't know how possible that was, because I did the math on how many frames you need for a 3-minute piece, depending on like what frame rate you went with. And it is a lot of pictures, like it's thousands of pictures, but in theory, not too bad. I don't know whether that camera has a timer functionality on it, or if that's still too advanced for 2006, but in theory you could time it so like every minute it takes a picture, for example. That 60 pictures an hour is not enough, actually. No, you need to have it take a picture like every 20 seconds or something, I think, in that instance, probably, if you want to have it going over like that, because that'd be 3 a minute, 180 an hour, over the course of 10 hours, that would get you 1800. I think I worked out it's like what 2000 or so, somewhere around there, would give you enough for like a 12 FPS filming. And are we in the summer or are we in the spring? Depending on what the actual sunrise and sunset times are, you could do it something like that. I think that would probably be the only way you could do this. I cannot think of another way they can make this unless it's stop motion in some aspect. Maybe it doesn't have to be like they're not doing like something very action orientated, so maybe they don't need to get the full 12 FPS look, but I think that's what they'll probably end up doing because I don't see another way of doing it beyond that with a stills camera. But we'll see. We'll see. Unless they're going to do some crazy editing on it, but I doubt that. But yeah, I'm excited to see their final piece. Another thing I said last week is I would love it. I don't know if they're going to do it, but I would love it if we got to see the full 3-minute piece, just like they did in Eizouken. Because Eizouken, with the first the first piece they really made, we got to see the work and the audience reaction to it as it went, which was very well done, and it's something I hope other shows, when they have a presentation that our characters have made, they do that as well, so that we feel like we're the audience as well watching this piece, because that was a very, very powerful thing they did, and I would love to see other shows replicate that sensation, because it was fantastic. Unfortunately, Eizouken didn't really continue with that in the same sense with their future productions, but that first start of Eizouken was spectacular. It really was. Anyway, got a load of the episode up here. As per usual, these are time-based format reactions here on YouTube. If you want to see the full picture in picture, you can go to my Patreon down in the description below. £4 a month gets you access to all picture in picture reactions I do on the channel, which is everything from the current seasonal lineup, as well as Patreon request shows such as World Trigger, Sinfu Gear, and Lock Horizon. Apologies in advance when those shows are a bit delayed this week, just because I'm still on catch-up. Here I am doing one of the first Sunday show for a Wednesday, and late on a Wednesday at that, so, you know, things are massively delayed right now. We'll get to it eventually, but I'm just trying to catch up after my COVID vaccine and the horrid heat wave that's been going on in the UK right now. It's just, it's horrendous. Absolutely horrendous. Anyway, here on YouTube, though, we do time-based, so bottom left of the screen and see the time for the episode. I count down 3, 2, 1, play. Then play say episode, I say episode, and we should be in sync. We watched this one on Crunchyroll, since they're the ones who liked it, of course. No logos or anything, we're straight into the episode. You use the screen flash on my face, the mic, or this part of my headset to tell when the scenes are transitioning. That should be synced up as well. So, with all that said, let's get into this week's episode, shall we? In 3, 2, 1, play. Alright, presentation time, I guess. You've not seen it? Late editing, okay. So we just had to submit it in whatever state it was in. Let's hope. Mm-hmm. Yes. We taking notes? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Be genuine. Doesn't mean you should go easy on them. Yeah. Mm-hmm. No bias. Mm-hmm. Hmm. Hmm. Here we go. OP time? OP time. I need more ice in that already. Like I said, Heatwave's terrible. All right, there's also that club. What was the name of that club? I forget. All right, here we go. I'm guessing that was their work. Mm-hmm. Didn't get to see it though. Complete silent film, huh? Hmm. Oh boy. Yep. Let's hope. Okay. Hmm. Stop motion. Nope. We can do it. And he had to edit all this together, so he really was putting a lot of work on himself for this. Mm-hmm. He just wanted access to their. I'll join to give me access to your stuff. Ah, to take good stills. Okay. 100 shots per cut. Okay. Camera fixed position, of course. Yeah. Mm-hmm. We'll just be going rapid shot. Click, 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 click. Just yeah. Double the dialogue makes more sense. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. We got our idea together. Okay. What does he want the digital for? Ah, we just took 15 seconds of video. Okay. So we just use it for the train going past, I guess. I wish we could see the full piece. I wanted to see the full piece. But how are they going to react? She clapped first. It was that stunned silence before they start applauding. It's always like, uh, she was impressed, yep. Not gonna say she lost, but she was impressed. Good reception, good reception. Okay, they still won, but... Third place, nice. Yeah. Who came second, I wonder? Would that have been enough for first, I wonder? Wait, what? They all feel like it would have turned out better. They want their moment. I see what's going on. They want their moment to shine. Because it was very much him showing off his abilities. Because this was pretty much all him. Yep. Yep. Yeah, skip that bit. Hmm. You could be part of that generation. Well, now that's a flag. Come on. Hmm. Too unorthodox. Okay. Okay. Hmm. If that's what they can throw together when they don't plan something, imagine what it'll be when it's actually planned. Yeah. It's problem solving. Oh. Okay. Sure. Okay, the answer is okay. Hmm. Okay. Karaoke? Okay. Never been to karaoke. Actually, that's a lie. I've had karaoke parties, or as part of a party, at like weddings and stuff, but I'm not a karaoke person. Okay. Hmm. Okay. Sure. He's no real expert on singing, though, is he? Don't know how much advice he'll give. It's good, though. Hmm. Hmm. Kickstart her career. Not yet. Fine Arts Club, that was it. Okay. Hey. Cheers to that. Cheers. Mm-hmm. Okay. Was the jiggle necessary? Did not expect that. Not expecting that. It's like new music. Okay. Okay. He reminds me of what was his name? Very much like a Paul Potts type situation from Britain's Got Talent. Everyone's like all like a Susan Boyle theatre arts. That makes sense. Whereas like no one expects anything. Is like, oh, who's this coming up here to make a mockery of themselves, and then they have a belting voice. What the hell? Okay. The eruption of Vesuvius. Sure. Okay. Some wacky characters. Okay. about Shinoaki. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. He saw it. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's doing art. Having fun but never satisfied with the results. Hmm. Hmm. Okay. Hmm. Hmm. Nope, you can't give up. Hmm. But he can't say it. The brief experience. That is impactful. Mm-hmm. Hmm. I really hope this. If they're going to do any romance subplot in this, I really hope it's these two. I know it'll probably be like a love. Oh my god. Okay. Hmm. Yeah. Nice. Meaty time. Yeah, I realize this show's probably gonna be very ambiguous with it, since we have other girl as well, and other girl. Like it will very much be the harem love triangle type show for a while. They've really, at least in the anime here, they're really pushing Shinoaki early. Like they're really pushing her early. So I kind of hope if there is going to be a romance, like established, I hope it's her. Is that train coming to a stop? I guess there's a station right next to the crossing. That makes sense. I was about to say, why is the train stopping at the crossing? Shouldn't it go straight through? But it's like, oh, there's probably a station right there. I think that same thing exists in Chai Station when I go down there eventually. Chai Station has two crossings really close together, actually. The boy's just passed out. And again, this bit, that makes no sense. I still wonder what the purpose of these last bits are. Like, I'm always convinced, like, oh, this is going to say episode 4, titled blank, or whatever. Like, I'm convinced that's what the purpose of these are. Or it's just a stylistic choice, but they always seem so stupid. But anyway, is what it is. Is what it is. Good episode, very, very good episode. I would love to see that full 3-minute piece, because I think that would be something very, very cool to see. Maybe that would be like a Blu-ray extra. I feel like it won't be, but that would be a really cool little Blu-ray extra to include on it. But yeah, I'm loving the show. I really, really am. So yeah, the romance side of things is going to be between Shinomaki, Eiko, and Nanako. Those are the 3 main candidates that are going to be pushed forward, obviously. I do sincerely hope Shinomaki is the main love romance route, if such a thing exists in this show. It won't be covered this season, almost certainly. I don't think there's enough time to really dive into a romance arc. And the light novel's been going on for... how long? 4 years? Yeah, just over 4 years. So I wonder if they've really tackled a romance part of that, like, fully, or if they're going to leave it very ambiguous. Because I feel like a lot of shows like this, where there is potential romance subplots, they'll leave it intentionally vague and open for as long as they can. Because as soon as they commit to a side, they potentially remove a part of their audience. Which is kind of sad that that's actually something that you have to consider, but at the same time, it's like, well, okay, you kind of understand that. So committing to a side is something you do right at the end of your show, and because of that, it means you never get to explore what happens with them. Which, again, I think is one of the greatest shames of Japanese romance genre, is that you never really explore what happens to a romance once it's been established. It's always the build-up to the romance, never what the actual romance ends up being. Which is why shows like Horimiya and Oromonogatari end up being some of my favourites, because it is actually willing to go that extra mile with it. So, and to an extent, Tonikawa, although that was just a rebranded way of doing the Japanese typical rom-com. So, anyway, very much enjoying the show. Loving the ideas it's going with, loving the characters, loving the look. All in all, just a perfect character building show, I think is the best way to put it. So. Anyway, that's going to do it for today, guys. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed the as per usual. Leave a like if you did, as well as your comments what you thought of the episode. Don't forget to hit subscribe as well to see next week's episode, as well as the rest of the summer 2021 Lightning Flight on the channel. Thank you for watching. Till next time. See you guys later.